Let me ask you a simple question. What if your website had a sales team that literally never slept, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to sit across the table from each other and tackle a very real bottleneck for Indian organizations. We're looking at how you can capture and qualify leads around the clock using an AI sales agent. So let's jump right in.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the midnight sales problem. Then, why traffic does not equal revenue. From there, we go beyond the basic chatbot, map out the AI sales workflow, and talk about building your AI agent. We'll wrap it all up with the philosophy of problem first, AI second.
All right, section 1, the midnight sales problem. I want you to really think about this. What actually happens when a high-intent potential customer lands on your website at, say, 11:30 at night? They're browsing your products, looking at your services, they might have a specific question, or hey, they might literally be ready to buy right then and there. But your team? Well, nobody's around at that exact moment. So what do? Most of the time, they just bounce. They leave. Maybe they come back tomorrow, or maybe they just reach out to your competitor, and you never even know they were there. Here's the core issue, right? Your website is up and running 24/7. It's always on. But your human sales team, they're offline. They're asleep. And honestly, that's completely fair. They're human. They need rest. But by the time someone actually follows up the next morning, you've often already lost that lead to a competitor who is just somehow faster. Think about it. Your website doesn't take vacations, so why should your sales engagement completely stop the second your team clocks out for the day?
Which brings us to section 2. Traffic does not equal revenue.
Now, this is where we need to talk about a massive frustration with modern digital marketing. Indian companies today are pouring lakhs of rupees into digital campaigns. Google Ads, LinkedIn, social media blitzes, you name it. All of this just to drive traffic. But here's the reality check. Getting traffic is literally only half the job. Traffic does not equal revenue. The real million-dollar question is, how many of those visitors are actually becoming qualified leads? If you're spending all that money and it isn't translating into qualified business inquiries, well, that marketing budget is just bleeding out. So moving to section 3, beyond the basic chatbot.
How do we actually fix this leak? Well, let's talk solutions. But first, I need to clear up a massive misconception. When I say AI, we are absolutely not talking about one of those basic, super frustrating chatbots. You know the ones. They just say, "Hi, how can I help you?" and blindly repeat FAQs before basically giving up. No. An AI sales agent is an entirely different beast. It's a digital sales assistant that actually understands context. It qualifies opportunities, performs specific actions, and seamlessly moves a prospect toward the next step. It's actually capable of holding a meaningful commercial conversation.
Let me give you an example. Imagine a serious prospect visits a company's website and types in exactly this: "I'm looking for corporate AI training for 50 employees." Now that is a high-value, very specific inquiry. A standard chatbot, it would probably just spit out a generic link to a services page and completely drop the ball. But an AI sales agent, it handles this completely differently. It keeps the conversation going by asking things like, what is your industry? What's your preferred delivery mode? Or when are you planning to start? Do you see what's happening there? The AI isn't just regurgitating an answer. It's actively collecting vital business information. It's figuring out the buyer's intent and qualifying the prospect right there on the spot at any hour of the day. All right, on to section 4, the AI sales workflow. Let's break down exactly how this digital assistant fits into your actual sales pipeline. Here is the pragmatic architecture. Step 1, the AI engages the visitor immediately. Step 2, it understands what the visitor actually needs. Step 3, it qualifies and captures the crucial details, things like budget range, timeline, company size. Step 4, it triggers follow-up actions if they aren't quite ready to pull the trigger. And step 5, this is the magic moment, the handoff. It sends only the hottest, fully qualified leads directly to your human salespeople. So instead of your sales reps wasting hours sifting through 100 completely random inquiries, they get the 10 or 20 prospects that actually deserve their immediate attention. It's a total game changer. And listen, this isn't just some shiny new toy for tech companies. This workflow is incredibly versatile across the board. Real estate companies are using it to qualify property inquiries. SaaS companies use it for demo requests. Education organizations use it for student enrollments. Consulting firms for corporate inquiries. Even traditional Indian manufacturing businesses can use this to capture distributor and B2B leads. Basically, if a conversation is the gateway to your sale, this workflow is for you. Which leads us to section 5, building your AI agent.
Okay, so you see the value. Now, how do you actually implement this in your own organization? Let me reassure you right now, this does not have to be some chaotic, massive IT overhaul. You don't need a bloated enterprise project. It's really just a few straightforward steps. First, start with one specific problem, like, say, too many manual follow-ups. Then, you feed the agent your company knowledge, like your pricing rules or case studies. Next, you design your specific qualification questions. Then you connect it to your existing systems, CRM, email, WhatsApp, whatever you use. And finally, you clearly define the human handoff point. The AI needs to know exactly when to step back and say, hey, this is something one of our specialists should discuss with you.
The entire philosophy here is summed up perfectly in this quote: automate the repetitive work and keep humans in control of important decisions. Let's be crystal clear. AI is not here to replace your sales team. Not at all. It's about AI plus humans. You let the AI handle the heavy lifting, the data gathering, the late night qualification. That frees up your human team to do what humans literally do best: building real relationships, negotiating, and closing the deal. And that brings us to our final section: problem first, AI second.
Let's zoom out for a second, because this specific sales use case, it's really just the tip of the iceberg for a much larger organizational shift. Once you see the power of this architecture, you realize it can be applied anywhere. Organizations need to look at their biggest bottlenecks. If your nightmare is recruitment, you build an HR AI agent. If it's reporting, build a finance AI agent. If customer complaints are piling up, build a customer support AI agent. The golden rule here is simple. Please do not start by asking what AI tool you should buy. Start by asking what your biggest business bottleneck is today, and then build the specialized AI agent to solve it.
So, if you're a business leader watching this explainer and you're thinking, wow, we really need this in our organization, I want you to reach out. Send me a direct message on LinkedIn with the words AI agent. Just tell me your biggest business bottleneck. If you want help with the implementation, the architecture, or even training your own team to build and manage these solutions, I would be absolutely happy to help you think through exactly where an AI agent fits into your operations.
I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to wrap up our explainer today. One business problem, one AI agent, one measurable outcome. Because the goal here isn't just to slap AI everywhere for the sake of a trend. The true goal is to use AI strictly where it creates real, measurable business value by removing friction. Start with a problem, build the agent around it, and watch your organization transform. So I have to ask, what is the single biggest bottleneck keeping you up at night, and are you finally ready to build the agent that solves it?